How did a small-town New Jersey boy go from playing in crowded bars to becoming one of the richest names in rock, and then return to the quiet place where it all began? Bruce Springsteen, the man the world calls the Godfather, has enough money to live anywhere, but he prefers a secluded ranch-style estate with long drives, wide-open fields, and slow mornings, far from the spotlight. But to understand why he returned here, we first need to understand how he built the fortune that made him rich. Bruce Springsteen's $750 million fortune didn't come quickly or in a big way. It grew the way his music did, slowly, steadily, and through hard work. Nothing about it was flashy or flashy. It was the product of late nights, long drives, and a stubborn belief that ownership was more important than applause. The moment everything changed came in December 2021, when Springsteen made the most defining business move of his life, selling his entire catalog, 50 years of songwriting and master recordings, to Sony for $600 million. The deal was historic, not because of the number alone, but because of the foundation behind it. Springsteen had held onto his copyrights for decades, rarely giving away control. While many artists watched their catalogs slip through contracts early in their careers, he kept his. When the industry finally placed a monumental monetary value on legacy, he was one of the few positioned to claim the full reward. It was a quiet victory, done with no theatrics, just a firm handshake and a life's work paid back with interest. Beyond the catalog sale, Springsteen built additional income on projects grounded in storytelling. Springsteen on Broadway, a show stripped down to nothing but his voice, his guitar, and his truth, earned $55 million across its run. It wasn't flashy, it was personal, and audiences paid to sit in the same room as the stories behind the music. His memoir, Born to Run, also added millions to his net worth, becoming a bestseller and opening a window into the parts of himself he never sang about. Even without constant touring, Springsteen still earns around $45 million annually. The engine comes from multiple streams: streaming royalties, merchandise, publishing revenue, brand licensing, archival releases, and reissues that stay evergreen for new generations of fans. Decades after his biggest tours ended, the business he built continues to move like a steady current beneath his life. Reliable, predictable, designed to last. His real estate portfolio mirrors that same mindset. No excess for excess's sake, just long-term value tied to places that matter. His 384-acre Colts Neck Ranch, valued at $18 million, feels less like an estate and more like a refuge. Open pastures, horse stables, a private recording studio, and the sort of quiet that only wide land can create. It's where he spends most of his time now, walking, writing, staying close to family. On the West Coast, he and Patty Shalfa maintain a $65 million Beverly Hills estate, a hillside retreat with high gates, layered gardens, and enough privacy to feel miles removed from the industry surrounding it. And in Wellington, Florida, the family owns a $10 million equestrian property connected to their daughter Jessica's riding career. Each home has a purpose. None of them are trophies. They're part of a long-term plan to plant roots wherever life pulled the family. Take all of this together, and you see a pattern. Springsteen never pursued luxury. He pursued control. He didn't build an empire. He built stability. A portfolio of outright ownership, a touring base that never wavers, a series of homes that hold value, and a cadence of annual income that keeps the whole system stable. Ultimately, his wealth reflects deliberate choices, not excess. And every part of that journey leads back to a place of peace. Now we enter Colts Neck, where Bruce Springsteen's property became the empty land, the steady light, and the home that nurtured him for decades. Peaceful New Jersey farm, Bruce Springsteen's Colts Neck home sits on 400 acres of vacant land in New Jersey and is on the market for $18 million. But the first thing that strikes you isn't the size. It's the quiet, the stillness. The way the house draws you in as soon as you step through the tall cast-iron gate. The driveway is long and tree-lined, with rows of trees leaning against each other to form a natural tunnel. The driveway ends with open fields, fenced pastures, horse trails, and the slow, steady pace of life of a working farm. The main house is modest, peaceful, and lived in rather than noisy. A large wraparound porch and a terrace overlooking the fields, peaceful and romantic. Overall, the house sprawls out in all directions. 2 barns, a saltwater pond, long open lawns, and about 14 acres of pasture dedicated to horse riding and training. There's a 2-story guest house or staff house, along with 2 detached double garages connected by a porch. Near the main entrance is a small office building, close enough to reach but far enough away that work doesn't interfere with the rest of the house. Inside, the house maintains the same rhythm: warm, simple, and functional. There are 9 bedrooms, 10 full bathrooms, and 2 additional bathrooms, but nothing inside feels ostentatious. The first floor opens into a gallery-like space that leads directly to the terrace. To the right is a spacious family room, meant for socializing, reading, relaxing, chatting. The kitchen is spacious and functional, built as a chef's workspace rather than a gallery. The dining room faces the lawn, making every meal a small moment with a view. Windows on most of the walls wrap around the house, capturing the long hours of daylight that change by the hour. You can picture Springsteen walking into the kitchen before sunrise, or the family sitting in the living room with the doors open to let in the breeze. Nothing about the house looks staged. It feels like a place where people actually live, where routine matters more than appearance. A grand staircase leads to the second floor, where the master bedroom is separated from the rest of the house. This quiet space includes the master bedroom, 2 private offices, a built-in closet, a spacious master bathroom, an office, and a small living room. Through the windows, the view stretches out before you: rolling fields, sturdy barns, winding tree-lined streets. The view would make anyone hesitate to choose this farm over any city skyline. The lower level changes the atmosphere without losing the warmth. It's built for relaxation: a fully equipped gym, a bar for relaxing evenings, a hot tub, a wine room, and an 8-seat private cinema. Even the storage space has been meticulously thought out, turning what could have been a dark basement into a second living space. The quiet here is different. Quiet, deep, almost private. Step outside again, and the farmhouse comes into view. A covered patio sits near the main house, perfect for warm nights or lazy mornings. A saltwater pool adds a comfortable outdoor lounging nook. The barns were built with real purpose: horse stalls, riding rooms, and tack rooms for training, not for show. Everything is connected by open walkways and horse trails, giving the property a seamless, intentional feel. Nothing on this property tries to impress. It doesn't need to. Instead, it reflects Springsteen's values: privacy, simplicity, structure, and authenticity. Long driveways, open fields, solid New Jersey soil beneath your feet. As you walk through this spacious, quiet lot, you can sense how much Springsteen values space and silence. But if you follow the path to the garage, you're about to witness a very different side of him: the engines, the miles, and the stories he's kept on wheels. Now, let's go into that garage and explore his cars. Car collection. Bruce Springsteen is known for his love of classic cars, but he never lets himself go out of style. His garage now has a mix of classic American icons and modern luxury cars that suit his current lifestyle. And if you're curious about them, sit down. We'll show you around. For starters, the Mercedes-Benz V-Class remains the most practical car in Bruce Springsteen's garage. With its long wheelbase, wide sliding doors, and cabin designed for comfort and quiet, it's the car he uses when his schedule demands movement rather than attention. Inside, the V-Class has leather seats, a high driving position, ambient lighting, and a ride that's comfortable enough for long trips without fatigue. At around $70,000, it fits his slower, more cautious pace of life these days. Efficient, comfortable, and never intrusive. On days when he needs privacy, Bruce relies on his black Range Rover. He paid $150,000 for its tall stance, wide grille, and dark black paint that absorbs light rather than reflects it. The exterior is designed to blend in quietly. Inside, thick insulation, soft touch materials, and a high-mounted touchscreen create a cocoon-like cabin that keeps unwanted noise out. This is the SUV he uses for press days, short trips around New Jersey, or any situation where the goal is to move unnoticed. It exudes a sense of control and quiet, a small reprieve for a man who has spent decades in the public eye. A more solid choice is the silver Land Rover Discovery 3, the SUV Bruce often drives with Patty Shalfa. Built on a sturdy frame with thick body panels, a sloping roofline, and large windows, the Discovery 3 has the classic boxy look of an off-road truck. The interior is more utilitarian than luxurious. High seating, simple controls, and enough room for gear, a dog, or a musical instrument. Bought for $80,000, it's the car that fits most of his daily routines: errands, practice trips, visits to Patty. Reliable, stable, and simple. In addition to his modern fleet, Springsteen still owns two classics that he turns to when he wants to feel closer to the past. The black Chevrolet Corvette. C1 is the most elegant of the bunch. Its chrome front bumper, dual headlights, and long, tapered hood give it a distinctly 1960s silhouette. Its low cockpit, slim steering wheel, and analog gauges add a mechanical, intimate feel to every drive. Bruce still drives it on leisurely afternoons, sometimes with old friends, treating it like a miniature time capsule. A well-preserved C1 can fetch between $90,000 and $120,000. But its true value lies in its connection to his youth, the roads he dreamed of driving, the people he rode with. Then there's the dark blue Chevrolet Camaro Z28, the car closest to his roots. Its squared-off front end, high hood, and powerful side skirts give it a muscular American look, almost unchanged from the cars young musicians drove. Inside, the sturdy cloth seats, simple dashboard, and powerful engine note are a perfect representation of the driving experiences Bruce experienced as a child. Valued at around $45,000, he keeps it not as a collectible, but as a memento, a way to honor the people, memories, and neighborhoods that shaped him long before he was famous. When I look at his garage, I see a man who hasn't forgotten where he came from. And that same grounded spirit shows up even clearer in the way he gives. So let me take you into another side of Springsteen, one that doesn't run on horsepower but on heart: his philanthropy. Philanthropy. Bruce Springsteen's charitable work has always focused on real needs rather than publicity, and hunger relief sits at the center of it. For more than 3 decades, he has supported the Community Food Bank of New Jersey through annual donations, fundraising concerts, and hands-on volunteer shifts. Across the years, his involvement has helped raise over $3 million in food assistance for families across the state. Housing stability is another area where his contributions are steady and practical. Over the past decade, Springsteen has quietly funded essential home repairs for low-income households in New Jersey: roof replacements, heating systems, structural fixes, providing an estimated $1 million in total support. The goal is simple: help longtime residents stay in their homes and prevent displacement in vulnerable communities. His philanthropy also extends into wider humanitarian work. Springsteen has supported organizations dedicated to human rights, environmental advocacy, and nuclear disarmament through benefit concerts and personal donations estimated at $500,000. He has also contributed to veteran support programs, backing counseling, medical assistance, and reintegration services for returning service members with contributions believed to exceed $250,000. Youth and arts education form another major pillar of his giving. Through the Rock and Roll Forever Foundation and the Teach Rock initiative, Springsteen has helped fund curriculum development, teacher training, and school outreach valued at more than $2 million. The program now reaches thousands of classrooms, bringing music-based education to districts that often lack arts funding. Springsteen's philanthropy is steady and practical, focused on feeding families, fixing homes, and supporting students rather than public campaigns. It reflects the grounded, working-class spirit behind his music. With that quiet generosity understood, we move now to the life he keeps closest to home: personal life. Bruce Springsteen and his family are now happily living on his Colts Neck farm in New Jersey, surrounded by family, huddled in the shade of ancient trees, embracing each other more traditionally than posing. These simple, warm gatherings are the pulse of his life now. Patty Shalfa stands close to him. His children lean toward him with familiar ease, and his mother sits in the middle, basking in the love. Here, away from the cameras and the crowds, Bruce is no longer the boss. He is just a father, a husband, a son. But the peace that defines his life today is built on the ruins of a tumultuous period. In the 1980s, at the height of his global fame, he married actress Julianne Phillips, a marriage constantly monitored, divided, and strained by long tours and emotional distance. By 1989, the marriage had dissolved, ending in one of the most expensive celebrity divorces of its time, with a settlement estimated at $15 to $20 million. For a man worth $27 million at the time, the emotional toll was as heavy as the financial one. During the breakup, something more solid began to take shape. Patty Shalfa, who had been his on-stage partner for many years, became his rock off-stage. What started as a musical partnership grew into a relationship built on genuine understanding. They married in 1991 and raised 3 children together: Evan, Jessica, and Sam. Jessica is now a world-class equestrian, representing the United States at international competitions. Sam took the opposite path, working as a firefighter in Colts Neck, proof that Springsteen's children grew up in a calm, unaffected state of fame. Life these days moves at a more peaceful pace. Some mornings he works out at the gym, laughing with fans who stumble across him mid-workout. Other days he's out boating, sunglasses on, slow and steady. And whenever he and Patty travel, walking hand in hand off a boat or posing with restaurant staff, they have the air of a couple who long ago learned to share a life, not just the spotlight. So that's the world Bruce Springsteen ends his days in now. Warm, steady, and surrounded by the people who matter. No crowds, no chaos, just real life unfolding at its own pace. If this glimpse behind the scenes made you want more stories like it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment which legend you want us to dive into next.